Hello everyone, peace of Christ to people who love peace and no peace for people who are evil. As you see in the screen, actually this is an email, from a Muslim. And this Muslim, he have a questions, as you see, and let us start with his questions. I will be thankful if you can find some logical answers. First I want to stop in here about logical. A Muslim and talking about logic? Like, are you real? Is it logical, Mr. Logical, that Allah he sent a donkey with 2 wings to his prophet to take him to heaven? Is it logical that Allah will give you 72 horny women will be created just for you, just for sex, as a slave sex? 300 boys too? Is it logical that your prophet Muhammad, he will have the power of 40 men of heaven men for sex, which mean equal to 8,000 men for sex? Man, this guy private part will be big like an antenna, hard like a rock, flooding like a river. Mr. Logic, you are talking about logic? When I say Muslims are fool, I'm not insulting you, by the way. It's a description, but it's true, it's a fact. I mean it. This is the first question. How could a man be in Mary body 9 months and be God? You are talking about logical, and at the same time, how you accept that Mary, she got pregnant as a Muslim without a man? It's okay for you that Mary, she got baby without a man, but it's not okay that God is that baby. Is that logical? Is it logical? Do you know what logical mean even? Logical mean that women, she cannot have baby without sex, sir. So as long you don't accept things is not logical, you should not accept that Mary, she have Jesus not from a man. But you accept that just because the Quran told you that. I am sure if the Quran never mentioned that, every Muslim will say, come on, this is a lie. Jesus is not from his mother, she was married, But now they are in trouble. They have to accept it because it's in the Quran. Muhammad, he put it there. Now it's logical. Just because it's in the Quran. But if Muhammad, he did not put it there, you can imagine what Muslims will make a big story out of it. Yeah, how can God be, how he can be God, and his mother, she have sex with the man and she get pregnant. But it's logical now that Mary, she have a baby without a man. It's logical. And in the same time, I want to ask you, is it logical that your God, Allah, became a tree? Allah, he spoke from a tree. As you see, that Allah, he spoke from the right bank of the valley, from where? From a tree. And what the tree is saying? The tree is saying that to Musa, "O Musa, I am Allah, the Lord of the world." The tree is the Lord of the world. Have you ever heard about a tree? Her name is Allah? Logical. So let us get logic. And as you see in here in the Quran, Surah 19, verse number 19, God is giving Mary a gift, and that gift is what? Is a holy son. Is it logical that a man, he is holy? If there is any holy son and any holy man in this earth, Muhammad is not holy. You cannot say holy anything. You cannot say the word holy about anyone except God. Is it logical? And how you can give a gift if it's not exist? This is mean Jesus was exist before he was given to Mary. Is it logical? Huh? Is it logical she said, how I will get a son when I never have a man touched me? Is it logical? So let us continue with your questions and Mr. Logic. Okay, what else? if Jesus is a God, who created the people before him and his mother Mary? Jesus for us, when we say Jesus, you will see Christians saying Jesus Christ, not Jesus only. Jesus is the man, Christ is the Lord. The Lord, he chose himself, for himself, an image, and that image is Jesus, an image of man. So Jesus is not the one who created the world. Christ is the one who was in the beginning. Jesus is just an image. Christ, he is the one who was before Abraham. And actually you yourself, you are mentioning that, and I will show you what do you mean. So Jesus is the man who showed himself as a man for us, and he is not the one who was from the beginning. It was Christ. If you see the Bible, you will see that everybody is waiting for the Messiah, for Christ, not for Jesus. So Jesus is Jesus Christ. So Christ was from the beginning. Who was before him? He was there. And actually you are answering yourself and you are saying, since Jesus was before Abraham, so you know that. Because Jesus, he said, before Abraham I am. And he said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Now he will say, why we did not find anything about Jesus said in the Old Testament as well and New Testament talking about him, that he was the God Father during the creation of universe. No, Jesus, he said, I am the Alpha and the Omega. This is very clear, that before him nothing was exist, and after him nothing will be exist, which means he is the beginning and the end. Without him, no beginning for creation, not a beginning for him, beginning for creation. So the beginning of creation and the beginning of the end and the end of creation, which means the judgment day, is going to be by him. He is the Alpha and he is the Omega, and he said that. And you are saying, why he never said that? And actually the whole Old Testament is talking about the coming Messiah, but Muslims don't read even. Muslims don't read. At the same time, Mr. Logical, as long you are talking about how come Jesus is still alive, Mr. Logical? Is it logical that Jesus, he is just a man and he was not from the beginning, but he's still until now alive? 2000 years now he is in the age. Like, do you have a man, his age is 2000 years and he's still alive, and we're in the sky? This Jesus is so special. He don't want to live in the earth. He is in the sky. What is your prophet? He's dead. What does that mean? He's dust. What does that mean? The worm that eat him. Oh, okay. Is that logical? Why people in the West did not develop till they let the churches behind them? You see how Muslims, they have double standard. If you ask them about the Western, they call them names. They say they are filthy, they are dirty, they are. But now he is talking about develop. Okay, so what is the scale for you for a good society? Is it making money? Is it technology? Or it is being close to God? You see your double standard, Muslims? I am telling you, and I'm glad to say and talk about this, that anyone, actually the West, as you see, they are allowed in gay marriage, they are allowed in a lot of bad things because they are away from a church. But the good Christians, who they are close to the church, they have a very decent, great life. This is why you see a high crime in the areas who don't have a good faith in the Lord, and you see the best areas where people who they have a great faith. So for you have double standard about develop. The West was doing great and will be doing great if they are close to the church. And actually this is why America is successful, because America as a nation, they are so close to the church. If you go to churches, it's full Sunday. The measure of the population in America, they are a believer and they have a strong faith. But what you see in TV is people who they are filthy, mostly not the good decent people. In TV they will not show you someone she is a missionary until you kidnap her in Afghanistan and you cut her head. This is what we will see. But we will see Britney getting naked. We will see Monica Lewinsky. You know, those people, we will see them. You know, like in Islamic TVs, we don't see anything except naked women doing belly dancing, right? They play Quran right away in Ramadan, we will see belly dancing. This is the logic of Islam. Anyway, so as long as you talk about logic, I advise you to go and read your book and ask yourself what kind of God your God is. He made Muhammad the greatest prophet, but Muhammad is dead, but Jesus is alive. Jesus is Lord. Islam is false and have nothing to do with logic, period. It's made for a stupid by a stupid man. I mean.